Hey folks, I'm HP's Dr. Pink, and today's topic is the Dark Blues Rock Guitar Masterclass. So yeah, that was the thing we're going to learn now, but we also want to learn conceptual things and also learn to do the moves to the cool music, which is also very important. So let's get started. First, this is the real blues rock for me is like in a trio formation, just bass, drum, and guitar. So you have to fill the whole space with your guitar. I'm using a Friedman amp here, and ping pong delay goes left, right, set on the quarter note of the track, 95 BPM, as you can hear. See, this doubles up what you're playing, but of course if you play crap, it also doubles up the crap, so you better don't play crap. So that's the first thing to know. Second thing in this case is a drop D tuning, tune down the low E string on a D, and then we're ready to go. Good, let's get to the concept. It's basically a blues in D. We're using the D7 sharp 9 chord. Here, 5th, 4th, 5th, 6th fret. And the chords with the drop D tuning are D, E, D7 sharp 9, G5 will be here in the 5th fret, here in the 3rd fret, A string damped, and the A would be the normal A5. So these are basically three chords because it's the blues rock which are used. Good. Then we're using the D minor pentatonics. But we only can play till down to the A string, because the low D string of course is then wrong, or we just move down here on the A string also. If you want to go down, of course you can go down. Yeah. So this was basically played on the D. We play D minor pentatonics. But also, since we're on a trio formation, we want to turn out the chords G and A, and there I suggest to use the Mixolydian mode. So, but in this case, since we don't have the bass note, we start here with the Mixolydian mode. So this is the D Mixolydian mode, but starting here on the triad, so on the B. And also we can go to the A Mixolydian mode. We just move up 2 frets. If you want to play Mixolydian mode, you don't just play the... You can, but you often use the approach note to the triad. So this is the B here on the G7 chord. This is the triad, so we make a approach note. See? Or approach note if we play A5 or A7. So the C sharp is the triad. We make here an approach note to the C sharp. Probably something like this. Also here. So let's see how this works out. I just play the chord. Later we're gonna check out the thing which I played before in detail, but just to get the concept of it, and then this will be an example. So first we just play the chord, like a little riff, and then we add any kind of pentatonics. You can play anything with pentatonic on the D7 sharp 9 chord. See? When it comes to G, then we probably switch to the mixolydian mode, and then in this case we will. See? And we play the chord maybe once, then we just play this in. And when the A comes, probably. So let's see how that sounds. So basically we switch in the concept between playing chords and playing fill-ins, because we are in a trio formation. That's why this stuff is pretty hard. You have to keep the chords going on. I really recommend that you keep this one little riff, going on. So on the G and on the A we just play the chord or play any kind of soloing. Yeah, let's see that again, how this works. You see, that works pretty fine. Still, it sounds a little bit like an exercise. Of course, you mix up the whole thing and it has to be more dynamic. And when you play in a trio formation, the stuff has to really be tight and just tack, 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 tack. Just has to come like this. So probably really work out like 1, 2, 3, or 4 choruses if you cannot improvise this stuff. So let's work out the one chorus which I played at the beginning of the tutorial, and this will be this one here now. We're starting here with the riff, so that will be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So bass note and then the upper part, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then comes a little single note line, which is pretty simple. In 60 notes, here 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 0. And really matches perfect into the gap that we just can continue to play to the next thing. See? Then immediately continues to the next little riff. See? And that's basically the trick. We have the main rhythm riff, which I showed. And then it immediately continues, and that really gives this really strong and tight sound. Now comes the second little lick. We again play the pattern, and then instead of making the single note line below, we make this one here. Here in 10th fret, 12th fret, little chord lick. Really pay attention that you really keep the thing going on. So the whole thing will be first figure. that one are 4 bars of D. Then it comes to G. We go here to G5. Just play the chord for a whole bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now comes a little Mixolydian run, this one here. Very simple sextol lick. We just play the Mixolydian scale, legato. Sextols are 6 notes per beat, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be one sextol, and we just play when it change the string. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we hear finished. It's pretty fast. And then we go back with 2 dead notes on the 4 end, back to the main riff. And then again. Now we mix up the riff with a chord riff up here. Yeah, and now we're on the spot up here already that we can continue with some pentatonic licks while the chords are going to A and to G. In this case, we're playing this here. Very simple lick here. And 16 notes. Is this the riff? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 16 blocks. And now comes a repeating pattern. Sounds pretty wild, but it's pretty easy to play. We make the bending here in the 12th. Pull off. Now all is legato, and this is sextols. Again, sextols, but the first note is a sextol 8. So you just attack the first note, and the rest just comes. And then we go back to the main riff and end up on the A file. Then there's a full chorus, and it's all just going one tack, 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 tack. No time for breathing, just goes on, and that gives a really strong and tight sound. But this really need to have your stuff together that is just fluent, like blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So let's see. Yeah, another pretty important part is your moves. I mean, don't stand here like a tree and like look like, well, I don't care, I can play tree. Really go into the music like a try to practice, just keep the beat going, try to get the beat with your body, and then try to play the stuff. And the interesting thing is when you put a focus on the movement of your body, then things come more automatically because you're in the flow. This way you can create a real cool flow, and that's what we want. It's about when you do that stuff, it's not about playing like licks. It's about having a flow, and the flow comes through the beat. So pay attention more to the flow, to the movement of your body, get into the really cool stuff, and yeah, that's how it's. Let's try with the track, just getting in the flow. Yeah, the stupid mic just hit my nose. Yeah, normally I don't have this mic on stage, but you know what I mean? Really get in there. And then the stuff comes automatically and just get into there and just kick asses. Yeah. Yeah, what more to say? Of course, this was just like a little piece of the whole thing, and as a masterclass, I really assume that I have a few things to get on the guitar, that I don't need to go to the first steps, like how to play pentatonics and stuff like that, because it doesn't make sense in a guitar masterclass, because here we're trying to put things together to get maximum expression, cool tricks, cool moves, stuff like that, to really get the cool thing out of your guitar. And if you're still not there on the point where you can put things together, you probably get an idea how the whole thing works. Yeah, something more to say, Dr. Pink. Oh, Dr. Pink is pretty funky today. You just want to say, you also have like this nasty, like attitude when you play this with like, wah. I want to really beat the shit out of the guitar, and that's basically also the attitude, how to connect with colors, how to connect with emotions, try to put the emotion first. If you try to think in notes, if you want to improvise something like this in like 4 minutes, you probably will fail, but you have to think about the emotions, what you want to express, and sometimes just one single note is has more value than a whole long lick, just because you really played it the emotional way you wanted to do it. And that's really very important. I often work with pictures, like probably some motorbikes coming around the road, some really bad looking guys, like holy shit, who's coming here? So have the vibe of this. And yeah, just some ideas. Anything which pops up for you. I work with pictures of colors. Of course, it's red. Color red for me. And yeah, what more to say? That's basically what we wanted to say. Me and Dr. Pink.